Leo, the lone lion who became a legend. Imagine being born into royalty, but having to fight for your crown every single day. No parades, no privileges, just survival. That was Leo's reality. He wasn't born into power, he earned it, one battle at a time. Leo, a young lion from the plains of southern Africa, once belonged to a powerful pride. His father ruled with confidence. His mother nurtured him with care. For the first few years of his life, Leo knew security. He knew family. He even knew play. But the wild doesn't allow innocence to last forever. The breaking point at just 4 years old, everything changed. A coalition of rogue males, strong, aggressive, and determined, invaded his pride's territory. In a violent clash, Leo's father was killed, the pride scattered, and Leo, exiled, alone, wounded, confused, and too young to challenge any adult male, he was forced to leave everything behind, the only home he'd ever known. Can you imagine that? Being torn from your family? Cast into the wilderness. No backup, no guide. Just you and the unforgiving law of the wild. Most young lions don't survive that. But Leo wasn't most lions. The struggle for survival, his first months alone, were brutal. He fought off scavengers just to eat scraps. He slept with one eye open, often going days without a real meal. At night, the sounds of the bush hyenas cackling, leopards growling reminded him just how small he was in the grand scheme of nature. Yet slowly, something inside him hardened. His muscles grew leaner, his senses sharper. He stopped running and started fighting back. He learned where to find water during the dry season. He started taking down small prey on his own. He began to roar again, not in fear, but in defiance. It was as if the wilderness, in trying to break him, had forged a king instead. The rise 2 years passed. Now 6 years old, Leo was no longer a skinny outcast. He was massive, scarred, muscular, weathered by hardship, and he was ready. Leo returned not to his old pride, but to the outer edges of a contested region, where young males came and went, hoping to conquer. But Leo wasn't passing through, he was taking over. One by one, he challenged the roaming males and won. His roar echoed across the savannah, a sound no creature dared to ignore. By the end of that dry season, Leo had carved out a territory of his own. He attracted lionesses. He built a pride, from exile to empire. The unexpected role here is where the story takes a surprising turn. One morning, Leo came across a gruesome sight, a pride decimated by poachers. The lionesses were gone, the cubs barely clinging to life. Most males would have walked away, or worse, eliminated the cubs to avoid competition. But Leo, he did something few had ever seen. He lay down beside the cubs. He licked their wounds. He guarded them through the night. Day after day, he brought them food, raw meat dragged from distant kills. He kept them warm with his body, safe beneath his massive paws. He became their protector, their mentor, their father. The rangers watching from afar couldn't believe it. This wasn't just dominance, it was compassion. The legend grows, word of Leo spread far and wide. Tour guides spoke of him in hushed awe. Photographers came from around the world just for a glimpse. But Leo didn't care for fame. He cared about survival, about legacy. Under his rule, the pride flourished. The cubs he adopted grew strong. His lionesses hunted boldly. His territory became one of the most stable in the region. And yet, Leo never became soft. He continued to fight off challengers. He bore the scars of a warrior, but behind that battle-hardened face was a heart that had known loss, exile, and the cold loneliness of being unwanted. Maybe that's what made him such a powerful leader. Finally, Leo ruled for nearly 5 years, an impressive reign by any measure. But age, like the wind, cannot be stopped. In the end, it was a younger male, much like Leo once was, who finally overthrew him. It was not a fight he lost easily. His final roar echoed across the land. And though he fell, his legacy did not. The cubs he raised, now full-grown lions. The pride he built, still thriving, and the story of Leo the outcast who became a king. The warrior who became a father is still told by campfires, still whispered by guides, still immortalized in photos and documentaries. So what makes a true leader? Is it power, bravery, survival? Or is it the ability to protect others, even when no one protected you? Leo's story asks us to rethink what greatness really means. Not just in the animal kingdom, but in our own lives, too. So what's your take? Can strength and compassion go hand in hand? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.